Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Rodney, and I'm back, and I just wanted to come in and run my mouth and talk about the mess before we get into the mess. When I tell y'all, I just hit my pinky toe on the edge of my laundry basket, I'm sure most, if not everyone, has hit their toe on the edge of their bed, their dresser. When I, ooh, that is probably one of the worst pains you could ever feel. I don't know why it's that pinky that if you hit it, it felt like my soul left my body and it was never going to return. When I tell you I didn't know what to do, girl, I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to do. It took me about 30 minutes to get myself together after girl, my soul finally returned and I had to gather myself. It's horrible. I'm saying it is absolutely horrible. I won't, I would not wish that pain on my worst enemy. I really, really wouldn't. It's that bad. Y'all know. I'm sure y'all done banged y'all big old pinky toe on the edge of the dresser, the bed, right? It was my laundry basket. My laundry basket has not sharp corners, but it's not like a flimsy. I can't explain it. Anyways, girl, it's hard enough to if you bang your pinky toe at the bottom, girl, it's a wrap. Oh, anyways, let's go ahead and get into this mess, y'all. All right, so this is according to InTouchWeekly.com. So Tina Knowles, divorce settlement revealed $300,000 lump sum. No speaking negatively about Beyonce or Blue Ivy. When I tell y'all, In Touch, you are so messy because the way that y'all put this in the headline was as if those are the only two that can't be spoken about. Girl, when it's none of the grandkids. girl, girl, now all future grandkids, okay? Anyway, so Beyonce's mom, Tina Knowles, settled her divorce with ex-husband Richard Lawson and agreed to pay him agreed to pay him a massive one-time lump sum. In Touch can exclusively report. According to court documents obtained by In Touch, Tina, 70. Tina is 70 years old. Tina looks good. Submitted the agreement that covers all outstanding issues. Tina and Richard, 77. Richard look good. Richard is almost a girl. The people keeping themselves together. I know that's right. So Richard is 77, wed on April the 12th, 2015, and separated on July the 25th, 2023. Tina filed for divorce on July the 26th, 2023. The parties agree that irreconcilable differences have arisen between the parties, which have led to the irremediable breakdown of the marriage, making it impossible for the parties to live together as husband and wife. Regarding their community property, Tina was awarded a 2018 Tesla, a 2020 Bentley, the matriarch book deal with Penguin Random House, a 1% interest in Kirby Beauty Management LLC, furniture and artwork in her possession, and all creative works, ideas, drafts, and other materials generated by Tina during the marriage. Richard was awarded a 2021 Cadillac Escalade, several bank and retirement accounts, all money owed to Richard Lawson Studios, any royalties earned, and all creative works he came up with during the union. The deal said that Tina was awarded her separate property, which included her LA home, a property in Texas, all furniture in her properties, all jewelry in her possession, her retirement accounts, and all earnings she accumulated since the date of separation. Richard was awarded all rights to his studio, artwork, jewelry, clothing, his royalties, and all rights to his SAG pension plan. Tina agreed to pay off any credit cards in her name and all outstanding balances on any and all household expenses. Richard will cover his credit card debt and all debt related to the Cadillac. Further, Tina agreed to pay a one-time payment of $300,000 to Richard. Now, girl, this is where I want to stop. Where? Because I read this article before I got on him. Girl, what I need to know why did you? Because it sounds so far. It sounds like they, girl, girl, for real, for real, for real, girl. I know, girl. Marriage is a business, as you can tell. Marriage is a business. And if you got a little bit of money, oh baby, a little bit of property, oh baby, it's definitely going down. It sounds like, girl. I mean, besides Tina having to cut the check for 300,000, I need to know why she had to cut a check for 300,000. I've been trying to tell y'all, it's no shade to Richard Lawson, but I've been trying to tell y'all, girl, girl, the men, the men is coming for y'all pocketbooks. I've been trying to tell y'all every time I look up, girl, the roles have reversed, girl. Y'all thought that, girl, y'all was the ones that was gonna get the check. Now every time I look up, one of y'all having to cut the check. Yeah, one of y'all having to cut the check, honey. $300,000 ain't nothing, especially when Beyonce your daughter. But girl, it's just a simple fact that, girl, don't no woman. I'm speaking. Girl, I ain't no woman, so I can't speak for nobody. But I can guarantee you, don't no woman want to give no $300,000, whether she got it or not, whether her daughter got it or not, whether her other daughter got it or not. The exes agree that neither party will receive spousal support. That's why I was confused about the $300,000. I know it said. I know what I read earlier. Um, to cover all outstanding and submitted the agreement to. Never mind. Okay, I need to know what that $300,000 is for. Anyways, the deals also have a non-disparagement clause that prohibits either from speaking negatively about the other or the other's children and their spouses. Another provision stated with respect to the mutual desire to protect the privacy of any and all present or future grandchildren of either party. The parties agree that they will not, when asked by any media or person, discuss said grandchildren or future grandchildren, whether verbally or in writing. So, girl, no tell-all books, girl. Basically, don't mention Beyonce, don't mention Solange, don't mention Jules, don't mention Sir, Remy, Coco Apple. What's the other one's name? Oh, Blue, girl, Purple, Violet. It don't matter. Girl, don't mention Jay-Z's son. Allegedly. Girl, let me shut up. It's no shade. Tina ain't write no book about Bianca. Bianca is a bad girl. But girl, ain't nobody buying no book if Tina wrote a book about Bianca and Richard. Now the girls will buy a book if Richard tried to come out and do a little tell all and tell the family secrets. Cause girl, we gonna buy that book. Okay, well we would have bought it. Girl, if I had to buy three of them and mail them around like we was what's that movie called? The Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants. Girl, we had to be the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants and buy a few books and mail them to each other PO box so we can have reading time. Girl, because we were gonna talk about that tell all book at Richard, because Richard knows the family secrets. Okay. So Tina, she did good by letting it be known. You're not talking about none of these grandchildren or future grandchildren. Richard's 77, so I mean, no shame. I mean, he's 77, so he only got I mean, some of the girls live into 100 now, but Anyway, but you never know, girl. The girls will try to find a way to get around. I wonder if Bianca. What about Bianca? I don't know. Yeah, let me leave Bianca alone, child. Hmm. Anyways, and then they went on to talk about their wedding and how they got together. Girl, I mean, like I said, it sounds fair. The divorce sounded fair until I got to the $300,000. I need to know what that's about because nobody's what. Did Tina marry the bus driver? I don't know because he didn't have to cut her nothing. He didn't have to cut Tina nothing. Tina had to cut him a check for 300,000. Anyways, shout out to Tina, shout out to Richard Lawson, shout out to Bianca Lawson. Yeah, some of y'all don't know Bianca is remember on Save the Last Dance. That's the one who blackfish who could stand whitefish. Well, girl, the main character, the white girl. She was messing with Carrie's brother. Yeah. She was messing with Carrie. Chantel, that was my movie child. Chantel. So yeah, it was Bianca played his ex-girlfriend. And she beat up the white girl, I believe. Mm-hmm. But that was my movie. Say the Last Dance was the movie, honey. Anyways, it was something going around on the internet the other day. At the time, we thought that Julia, what was her name in the movie? What's her name? Not Julia Fox. Oh, no, that's crazy. That's a white. That's the other white girl. What's the hell her name? Julia. Was it Julia? I was about to say Julie Chan. Julie Chan is the Asian lady on Big Brother. I don't know the lady's name. But anyways, there was something going around the other day, basically talking about how can we now admit, girl, basically that performance she did at the end was a mess. And when I was looking at it, I was like, girl, did she just remember that part where she hopped? God, did she just hop in the air? Yeah, that was a mess. That performance was a mess. Yeah, it was a little bit. Anyways, girl, shout out to Tina. Shout out to Richard. Okay, so trigger warning. We're about to talk about the R word and a child. Okay. So this is according to the dailymail.com. So Olympic child R word Stephen Van de Velde sobs in first interview after the games where he was booed over his appalling crime. So a convicted child R word volleyball star shamelessly wept as he spoke about being booed at the Olympics amid a huge storm about his participation. Stephen Van de Velde, 30, who served just 1 year of a 4-year sentence for R-ing a 12-year-old British girl, was speaking for the first time since his controversial participation in the Paris Games. Excuse me. The Dutch athlete was found guilty of 3 counts of R-ing the child in 2014, but was selected because he was granted early release from prison and judged by national selectors to have paid his dues. But he did not get a warm reception whilst committing in the French capital and was eliminated at the round of 16 wait at the round of 16 stage with partner Matthew Emmers on August the 4th. 9 days after his exit from the tournament, he told a Dutch newspaper that he considered skipping the Olympics entirely and shockingly criticized the media for the reporting of the case. He told the newspaper, I definitely thought about it, yes. I did something wrong 10 years ago. I have to accept that. But hurting people around me, whether it's Matthew, his volleyball partner, oh, girl, here are these pop ups. Hold on. My wife, my child, that just goes too far for me. That's definitely a moment where I thought, is this worth it? He was sentenced to 4 years in prison in 2016 after pleading guilty to R-ing a 12-year-old British girl in August 2014 when he was 19. The Dutchman had traveled from Amsterdam to the UK and R the girl at a house. Despite being told by a judge that his conviction was career ending, he resumed his volleyball career after serving 12 months of his 4-year sentence. He has successfully rebuilt his life since leaving prison to the extent that he is now married to a high-profile fellow volleyball pro, Kim Behrens from Germany. The pair married in 2022 and have a young son together. I thought he said a daughter. I thought I read daughter. Never mind. Okay, my child. If I said daughter, I meant to say my child. Um, They go on to say that she's a police officer, girl who married a convicted girl and had a child with them. Girl, I'm about to get him. Let me tell you something. Um, They regularly post loved up content on social media about their lives together. Although advocates, lawmakers, and fans have called for him to be banned from the Olympics, the IOC has said it was powerless to stop the Netherlands from sending an athlete who qualified in the usual way. However, he was not staying with the other athletes in the Olympic Village after the British Olympic Association aired concerns over the matter with the IOC. Dutch Olympic selectors supported his inclusion in their team and previously explained that he met all the criteria needed to appear at the Games in France's capital. Girl. Since 2018, he has been participating in international beach volleyball tournaments, again following an extensive professionally supervised trajectory, a spokesperson told Mail Sport. Meanwhile, Stephen has met all qualifications criteria for the Olympic Games and is therefore included in the group of athletes who formally passed over on July the 4th from the Dutch National Federations to NOC, who then becomes responsible for them during the Olympic Games. Girl, let me just say something, girl, because I'm not reading the rest of that. Let me go to the comment section because I want to read some of the comments that some people left that absolutely disgusted me. Okay. So I found the article, the post. The first comment that popped up was personally, it was over a decade ago. He served his time. He was only 5 years older than her. Girl, what? Someone put, we as a society are always looking for ways to rehabilitate criminals. Now that we have one who paid for his crime and is trying to re-enter society through sport, we commended him. So, what's the limit of crime for someone to be accepted back in society after pay for it? Girl, I don't know. This girl, they should have proofread this. This case made thing that what we want from the justice system is to rehabilitate a criminal, or we just want to send him to jail and forget about him. I'm not saying what he did is okay. What I'm saying is how much a person has to pay for a crime. Are we ever accepting him back into society after he pays for that? I don't know the answer. Well, I'll tell you the answer in about 2 seconds. I agree he should have been allowed in the Olympics. Girl, learn to give people second chances. Girl. He paid for it. He did a heinous crime. He paid for it. That man may be more in pain because of what he did to someone. He knew how wrong he was. Girl, let me say something. Y'all know I always say that 18, 19 is still considered a child to me. However, just because I still consider someone who's 18 or 19 a child, the fact is, legally, they're an adult. 12 is still considered a child. This man, this 19-year-old, climbed on top of a 12-year-old girl and took something from her. And that is probably one of the most violent things that you can do. And he only had to serve a year. It's one thing for people to do these white collar crimes. It's one thing for you to be a scammer. It's one thing for you to be out here stealing from old people, right? If you came around me, I wouldn't think that my life was in danger. Now I might have to watch my purse. Okay. I can't trust you. Girl, I can't trust I can't trust you with girl, I don't want you checking my mailbox. Okay. You know what I'm saying? But girl, I wouldn't label you, put you in a category as one of the violent ones. When you decide to go down these roads of violence and inflict pain onto people, you should not be able to just go to jail. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn. And you do 15, 20, 30 years and think that when you get out, you could just go ahead and just live out your dreams and goals. I'm sorry. And then when you bring in the layer of it involving children, off with your head. It's bad enough it happens to women and men. But when we start to bring in boys and girls, this man, we just gonna keep it on him, did one of the most violent things you can do to someone. Served a year in prison and felt that he had paid his debt to society. And now I can go back into this world and live out my goals, dreams, and aspirations. And I should be able to be welcomed back into society. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And now I'm upset because my wife and my child and my volleyball player, my volleyball teammate, are being bullied, I assume, and disrespected online. You decided to go back into playing volleyball and to come to one of the biggest stages in the last couple of weeks. And now you're surprised that your wife and your child are being disrespected. And now you want to sit in front of people and cry. No one gives a damn about your tears. I'm sure that 12-year-old girl, when you climbed on top of her, I'm sure she was crying too. I'm sure the parents of that 12-year-old girl, they were crying too. I'm sorry. That's why I don't need to be no judge. I might be too emotional to be a judge. Because I make my own laws up. You did what? You did what? You are somebody. A child at that too? Oh, baby, off with his head. 300 years in prison. You're not getting out. You're not rehabilitated after a year. You ain't learned nothing after a year. Nothing. Because guess what? It's always going to be children around. Why my hand's still up? No. I'm sorry. You can't be violent. You can't be a violent person. And I don't give a damn how much time you serve and think that you're just going to get out and people think that you should be accepted back into society. Girl, if I knew you were a violent person, no. It's messed up. Girl, you're gonna have to go be a barber, baby. You're gonna have to go drive trucks or something. You're gonna have to start your own business. But to think that you're gonna do something like that and then come back to the spotlight and people should just just welcome you with open arms. I understand that you're gonna have to work. I understand that you're gonna have to make a living. You're gonna pay taxes like everybody else. But to just think that, girl, you're gonna live out these dreams you had when you were a little girl or a little boy, no, your dreams are crushed. It's over. No, you don't get to go to the Olympics. And whoever that lady who he married, she ought to feel stupid. Girl, you really married a man who art a child? For real? Girl, you really married that man? And he has the nerve to be sitting in a press conference crying because his feelings hurt. I know it sounds mean that I'm saying that people who are violent criminals, that they shouldn't be accepted back into society. Baby, you're violent. Girl, you ain't just writing hot checks, bitch. You ain't just stealing from old people. Girl, you're violent. And it's not that you shouldn't even just be accepted back into society. What I'm saying is you should not be able to just go about your business. It's one thing for you to serve 30, 40 years, because at that point, girl, your dreams and goals probably shot down the drain anyways. Okay? But girl, for you to only serve 1 year, yes, you should not be able to come back into society and think that you're going to live out your Olympic dreams. No. Because guess what? That 12-year-old girl, her dreams are probably crushed. Your dreams should be crushed too, bitch. It's that simple. Her, the victim, her dreams and goals and aspirations are probably crushed because of what you did. But you think that I can just get out of jail after serving 1 year and girl, I'm gonna go try to find. I'm gonna go try to win me a gold medal. No, your dreams are crushed too. Kaput. What I'm supposed to do for work? I don't know, but you're not going to know. You're not gonna be on the grandest stage in the world. Tell your wife. Y'all figure it out. Y'all grown. Anyways, child. That's why I can be. I can be. I could not be a judge. When we start crossing that line of violent people, honey, y'all had me mess up in that courtroom. And when we start talking about children, girl, you definitely got me fucked up. Hey, it'll be on and popping in y'all life. On and popping. If you come before me, bitch, it better be because girl, you stole a little bit of money, scammed and schemed a little bit. Girl, you still gonna go to jail, but girl, I'm gonna be like, okay, girl. I just know, girl. I'm sure everybody, girl, don't trust her around your envelopes, because that bitch will steal. That bitch will get your social security number and go to work. But you ain't gotta sit there. But you ain't gotta worry about putting on 5 pair of pants, girl, 3 pair of compression shorts, girl, a skirt, a dress, girl. You gotta put on a chastity belt. You ain't gotta worry about doing all that because they come around. Sir, you come around, girl. The girls can't even come around you. And everybody should know what you did. Did he even have to register? I don't know. Anyways, girl, off with his head. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. Off with your head. Don't nobody care about them tears. Don't nobody care. Don't nobody care about you crying about your wife and your child. Don't nobody care. Your wife and your child wouldn't be getting bullied online. They would not if your ass wouldn't they wouldn't be. It's your fault. All this is your fault, sir. And you know another thing too. You really did something that violent, and you still have been able to come back into society, continue with your career, date, get a wife who's a police officer, have a child, and think that everything should be okay. And then when you have people in the comment section or people around who feel as though, well, he paid his time. He really didn't. He did a year in prison. And again, even if he was sentenced to 20 years and he got out when he was 40, girl, at that age of 40, you're gonna have to go be a farmer and live a low profile life. You should not be able to come back out into society and move with everybody else just because you did 20 years for climbing on top of a child. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know that sounds so, It probably doesn't even sound realistic, girl, but I'm sorry. Not that type of violence. And I know somebody gonna be like, well, what if, somebody done, I don't care. You're violent. You don't get to come back into the world and just live out your goals and dreams. And think we supposed to be like, oh well, girl, he did the time. Yeah, he did the time. And now he needs to go over there. Bye. You free. How do y'all even have? Let me, girl. It's. I'm done. All right. So listen to this. This is according to Hollywood Unlocked. So Dearica Hamby sues WNBA and Las Vegas Aces for pregnancy discrimination. So Los Angeles Sparks forward Dearica Hamby filed a lawsuit against her former team, the Las Vegas Aces, in the WNBA, accusing them of discrimination, retaliation, and intimidation after she announced her pregnancy. A lawsuit was filed on Monday claiming that Hamby's treatment by the Aces resulted in her trade to the Sparks in January of 2023. She also alleges that the league failed to investigate her complaints properly. According to ESPN, Hamby is seeking compensation for economic losses, punitive damages, and attorney fees as part of the lawsuit. Additionally, her legal team states that her decision her decision to proceed with litigation followed a notice right to sue from the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, which was issued at her request. Her attorney said in the statement that the EEOC did not have any findings on the facts given the option to allow the lawsuit to proceed. I keep thinking I'm seeing something. That's why I keep looking over here like, girl, do I see? And I'm the only one in this apartment. I have not been drinking. I'm sober as hell. The WNBA conducted an investigation, including interviews with 33 people and a review of documents such as texts and emails. In May 2023, the league suspended Aces coach Becky Hammond for 2 games due to a violation of workplace policies. Additionally, the Aces lost their 2025 first-round draft pick as a result of the separate violation related to the player benefits involving Hamby. Girl. I went to the comments and somebody said, somebody mentioned as she should. Phoenix did the same thing to Skylar Diggins. When dealing with women, you have to assume at some point they will become pregnant. It's called maternity leave. Companies do it all the time. Athletes should not be any different. Oh, hello. I just assume everybody gonna get pregnant. Girl, when you gonna need maternity leave? Girl, just let me know, girl. You pregnant now? It's okay. Girl, I got 3 nieces. I understand. Shit be happening sometimes. Okay. Anyways, child, I'm gone. I'll talk to y'all later. Y'all have a good day. Bye, y'all.